Hello, everyone. I'm Saurabh. I'm one of the founders and the CTO of Wonder Workshop. It's an honor to be here and to be conferred with this award. So thank you to organizers and everyone who's here. So I'm going to take the next few minutes and talk about who Wonder Workshop is, what we do, and why we do that. So we're a small startup based in San Mateo. Our mission is, how do we make computer science accessible for everyone, every child, every adult? So we make computer science and robotics every child's play. So to understand why we do it, I want to sort of go back to the history of the company, how we started. So my background is in building devices. Before Wonder Workshop, I was at Apple building very different devices, iPods, iPads. I'm sure all of you have used those. But this was about the time when I had my first child. And me and the rest of the founding team, we wanted to do something for kids, with kids. And that's when we started reading a lot about stuff like this, about how Estonia is making coding part of first grade education. And that was a bit of a surprise to us. So these are first graders, so kids who are 5 and 6. What does it even mean for them to be doing coding? Like, how does a 5-year-old code? So that's when we read about a lot of research from places like MIT about how kids as young as 5 can code. What they really need are the tools to be able to fulfill their potential. So this is a sort of a cliche word, but we keep hearing this: software is eating the world. Software is around you in everything that you do. It controls how you travel, how you live, how you farm. A lot of what's happening in the world right now and in the future is going to be controlled by software. But are our kids ready for that? Are they ready to understand how is it that software is controlling things around them? And this is the other shocking thing we discovered. In the US, 9 out of 10 schools do not offer computer programming classes. Now, this is surprising. So I come from India. That's where I learned coding. I started when I was fairly young. And I come to this country where we're really, especially in this area, software defines a lot of innovation. To me, that's shocking that my kids will grow up in a place where 90% of the kids don't even have the chance to learn computer science.
Our children are growing up in a world where computer literacy is as essential as reading, writing, and arithmetic. Introducing Bo and Yana. They're toy robots, but they're so much more than that. They're a learning and storytelling platform that makes computer programming accessible and fun. Meet Bo. Bo can be programmed to do an unlimited number of things, from basic movement, to object detection, to complex sequences of instructions. And this is Yana. Yana can detect when it is being moved, allowing children to invoke characters. These robots can detect each other, and accessories can be added to give them special abilities.
They teach the basics of computer science in one of the best ways possible. Problem solving through hands-on playtime. And our research shows that that is one of the best ways for children to learn.
Bo and Yana are designed to be programmed by children using our touch interface with music, animation, and stories, as well as existing languages like Scratch and Blockly.
We try to get them to watch less TV, push them to learn new things, but it wasn't until these robots came out of the box and our kids just got so absorbed.
Programming applies to and is used by virtually every field: art, architecture, medicine, law. Learning to program is really learning problem solving, taking something big and seemingly incomprehensible, breaking it down, and building up a solution. And this concept really applies to virtually anything in life.
Learning to program isn't only to become a computer programmer. We want to help shape our future innovators, our future thinkers, our future leaders. And the future is today.
So this was thank you. So this is how the company started. We're about 3 years old. We started in 2012. In 2013, we ran a crowdfunding campaign. So this was a time when we wanted to prove that there is a market for a product like this, that both teachers and parents are interested, in getting a product that can teach kids programming. So as part of that, we ran this crowdfunding campaign for 30 days, which did well, and kind of set us up to get to the place where we are now. So Meet Dash and Dot. So these are our first products. So these are robots designed to teach kids programming, robots designed for kids to have fun with out of the box. And as they proceed, as they solve the missions and challenges in our software, they learn the concepts of computer science. So that sort of covers why we are doing this. But an obvious question is, why robots? So research has shown programming is a very abstract concept. It's very hard to go to a 6-7-year-old and talk about concepts like variables. They are really abstract. So robots help make them more tangible, more fun. So that's one way where we want to make it more accessible for young kids and hopefully make them understand the power and the potential of what they can do with programming. So the goal with the robots are, it's engaging for kids as young as 5. It's fun right out of the box. You open the box, you start playing with the robots. For a child, the notion is not that they are buying the product to learn about programming. For them, it has to be all about fun. And really, the programming is sort of the hidden motive that gets them forward. But it's really, really all about fun, both for the parent and for the child. So now I'm going to talk about sort of where we are. So we started with this crowdfunding campaign. It did pretty well. We raised about $1.5 million in 30 days. So we had 7,000 orders, people coming to our website and ordering this product, which will be delivered to them in a year. This made us the largest crowdfunding campaign in the category. In fact, we were 4x larger than the closest competition. So this was back in 2014. We started shipping the robots in 2015. So by the end of 2015, we fulfilled all the 7,000 orders we got during the crowdfunding campaign. We started selling the robots in 2016. So we have been in the market for just over a year. We sell on our website, on Amazon, in the Apple Store, and a few select retail partners. The biggest thing for us, the biggest validation of what we are doing has been how these robots are getting used in schools. So we had our first sale to a school about 11 months ago. And in those 11 months, the robots are now being used in over 1,200 elementary schools just in the US. So when we started the company, our primary focus was parents at homes. That's who we thought would largely buy the product, and that's still the case. But it was really gratifying for us to see educators and teachers use the product in schools. And that has helped us a lot to both validate the product and make sure it works for our audience. One of the other things we talk about is our mission is to teach kids programming. So what we do does not end when we make the sale. We have about close to 100,000 kids who are now using our robots across the world, primarily in the US. But one thing we do a lot is keep coming up with ways to engage them past the purchase. And as part of that, in October 2015, a few months ago, we ran this robotics competition. So we were hoping to have a few hundred, maybe 1,000 kids engage with us and participate in this competition. We eventually had close to 7,000 kids who participated in this competition. So this was something that ran over a month, where kids were given a set of challenges that they had to solve. So a competition where we got a lot of interest from all over the world. Eventually, the winner was a team from a small school based in Austin, and we are flying them over here to meet with a bunch of innovative companies and show them the potential of what the kid can do. Also, in the last 1 year, we have been honored to receive pretty much every award in the toy category. We have won the Good Housekeeping, the Toy Insider, and a bunch of Toy of the Year awards. So again, really gratifying to see that what we are doing is being recognized, not just by teachers, but also by the toy industry. Dash and Dot also are making friends at some big influential circles. So for the last 2 years, the robots have been invited over to the White House, and we get lots of footage of President Obama playing with the robots. I don't know how many of you watched the State of the Union this year, but one thing that President Obama said is that programming is now going to be much more of a mandate for the country. He's going to invest a lot in computer science education. So that's really good news for us. And I feel to an extent we and companies like us have managed to push the agenda forward. We're also starting to show up in pop culture. So I don't know if you guys watch The Big Bang Theory, but our robots show up periodically there. We're not quite sure why, but there are really no kids on that TV show, but a lot of the adults use the robots. It's been on a few other TV shows. I don't know if you have caught, there's a TV show starring Halle Berry, and our robots actually play a central role there. They're used by Halle Berry to spy on her husband. So not sure how that pans out, but it's good to see these robots being recognized in contemporary culture. And then this is the last slide, and this is sort of my favorite one. So when I was growing up, my first exposure to computer science was through BASIC. So as a 7-year-old, I learned how to program in BASIC. And as all of you know, that's a language and a company developed by Bill Gates. So it was really, really gratifying for us to see Bill and Melinda Gates recommend our product. So they brought the product, they played with it with their kids, and it's something I sort of tell to people almost as a joke that the guy who sort of taught us programming, his kids are learning programming through our product. So hopefully that tells us that we're doing something right. And yeah, that's it. Good, thank you.